And now to our debate on the buck stops here tonight. We're looking at the virtual war between net and netas, and we're asking a bigger question. The question is this: are politicians using social media as an excuse for their own insidious actions? After all, it is politics that has wrenched open the fault lines in Uttar Pradesh and not YouTube or Twitter. Let's introduce our panel this evening. We're joined by Jayanti Natarajan. She's of course the Environment Minister in the UPA government. We're also joined by Chandan Mitra, Rajya Sabha Member of Parliament of the BJP. Joining us tonight, someone who's very active on Twitter. Chandan's of course on Twitter as well, as Jay Panda, Lok Sabha Member of Parliament with the Biju Janata Dal. Gaurav Bhatia of the Samajwadi Party is also joining us. And on the panel today from Mumbai, Sohail Seth, Managing Partner with Council Age India, and Nitin Pai, Co-Founder the Takshashila Foundation from Bangalore. Jayanti Natarajan, what did you make of the Prime Minister choosing to bring up the misuse of social media at the National Integration Council? To be fair, he was echoed by several chief ministers as well. Not all of them were from the Congress. Naveen Patnaik expressed the same concerns. But to netizens who exist, I think, in a parallel universe to the one occupied by politicians, it seemed as if this was just an excuse for the government to bring in some sort of muzzling of the media space, and it was in a sense a cloak for not just this government but every government's own political action, which is actually what leads to riots.
With all due respect, Banka, I think that you're overstating that last bit a little, because to be absolutely, to put things in total perspective, what the Prime Minister said was absolutely right. There is no doubt at all, and I say this without diluting one bit, from the question of Uttar Pradesh government or any other state government's responsibility to control the law and order, to respond properly, to respond appropriately, to respond quickly. Without diluting one bit, I qualify that. There is no doubt that social media plays a very important role in spreading a message of hate, A. B, there is no doubt that the BJP, VHP, certain parts, and the BJP member has been arrested and I think is out on bail today, uploaded on his Facebook page a message of hate. There is no doubt that there was circulated one headline in Dainik Jagran which was not offensive, for example, and a completely different headline was scanned and circulated everywhere. There is no doubt that on various social media networks which spread like wildfire, whether it was in the Northeast, as in your news report you just mentioned a little while ago, last year, which brought so many people from the north, from Bangalore, from so many places where they were working all over the country, back to their hometowns in total fear. And equally, the message that social network and the media, the national media, local media can play in reassuring people that everything is all right, both cannot be overstated. So yes, I think that the social media played a very important role in spreading this message of hate, but it's not the social media, but the people who misused it who are to blame.
Chandan Mitra, would you accept that as a reasonable formulation? For the BJP, this question has a special significance because one of your MLAs, Sangeet Som, is actually booked under the NSA, the National Security Act in Uttar Pradesh, while several others have got bail. He is the person who actually shared a two-year-old video that was related to Pakistan, but he presented it as a video that was related to the killing of boys from one particular community. Now, the BJP seems to have not been able to decide whether it wants to protect this MLA, defend him or disown him.
Well, you see, I am not defending Mr. Sangeet Som. If he is indeed guilty, he is in jail at the moment. He is being booked under the draconian National Security Act, and I am sure something will come of it. If he is guilty, definitely he must be punished and stringent sentence be passed. But I would like to ask Ms. Jayanti Natarajan that BJP was nowhere in the picture over the Northeast video, which was again something that was taken out of alleged atrocities committed on Muslims, the Rohingyas, yes, in Myanmar or Burma. BJP was nowhere in the picture. So it does not call for a Congress person or a BJP person or anybody for that matter. Mischief makers will be there irrespective of party, irrespective of ideology. If you want to create mischief, you can create mischief on the media without attribution, and therefore this is not something the government should not take cover under this provision. that social media is spreading
So
hatred.
you're saying,
It
Chandan,
is
you're
their
saying
job.
it's an excuse. You're saying it's an excuse to talk for politicians to talk about social media.
Yes, it is. Yeah, I don't believe that, you don't shoot the messenger. Shoot the message.
That's wrong.
What is the message that went
That's
out?
wrong.
In Muzaffarnagar, what went out, and the complete abysmal failure of the state government which supports the Congress government at the center. They failed to crack down. They knew everything that was going on, and the whole thing could have been.
Okay, let me just
nipped
allow
in the
Jayanti
bud.
to come in
Had
briefly
it-
before
had
I
it-
go
no,
to
1
Jay.
minute. Let me just complete.
okay.
Let
Yeah.
me just complete.
Okay.
Had it not been for this alleged act done by a BJP MLA, so anybody else could have done it, and then who would go around blaming?
Okay.
So it's the job of the state government to
So
curb
it's a
the
failure.
situation,
It's a
which
failure of
failed miserably in
administration.
doing.
It's a failure of law and order. It's an expression
Absolutely.
of insidious
Yes.
politics. It's really not about social
Correct.
media. Jayanti, I'll allow you a quick rebuttal there, and then we'll move on to the others.
No, the rebuttal is simply this, that I'm not understating the role of the government. However, everybody knows that at every possible opportunity during those days, it was VHP and BJP people who spread the message of hate through social media, through social network, just as
I'm
was
sorry.
done during Godhra.
I am sorry.
And I'm sorry. There are perfect examples. There are examples which are in the newspapers. There are people who have been charged. There are pictures of meetings of
I'm
VHP
sorry.
leaders. There are
No.
slogans that are so awful that I don't even want to repeat. देश बहु और गाय को बचाना है, नरेंद्र मोदी को लाना है. This was the slogan. All this is uploaded on YouTube. You and I saw it.
Oh, God.
You can see it. And if people and
really
a
ridiculous.
point when
Shameful.
things are very tense, when you upload something that happened in Sialkot and put in a slogan like this, obviously people will get upset. So it was misused by the BJP as a party in order to create communal polarization, as the BJP always
Okay, I
does.
think
However,
I heard Sohail go,
Yeah,
oh
this
God,
is-
oh
you
God,
see,
there in disagreement.
I
Yeah.
expect more responsible
You know,
language
Barkha,
from a
what
union
really
minister.
saddens-
This is absolutely preposterous what she's saying, and this cannot,
You know, Barkha-
cannot be acceptable. She's a minister in the government. And there have been communal rights in this country long before anybody had heard of the internet or Twitter or anything else. And how did those rights happen? And how did things... but you see, when there are
Oh, but we are
tensions
saying
in
that you're
society
misusing it now,
and
you're making
ruling
it
parties,
worse.
Ruling parties encourage them. And Ms. Natarajan should know that the meetings that were held in Muzaffarnagar prior to the writing were attended, and extremely inflammatory speeches were made by people supporting the SP,
Yes, there were
the
three
BSP, a former Congress MP. They were all present.
Yes.
They have been allowed to go scot-free.
I think we all know, Chandan,
Chandan,
that three meetings happened. Let me come in here. We all know the three meetings happened, three big sabhas happened, 2 Mahapanchayats and 1 30th August meeting, and inflammatory slogans and comments were made at both of these meetings. I think that point is now well documented.
Yes, I'm not disputing.
So
But
he'll,
why is this
okay.
amnesia about the one
Let's
meeting
focus
in
on what we're
Congress
talking
and
about.
SP and BSP
Let's
was
focus on
present?
what we're talking about. Jayanti
You know
Natarajan.
what really,
Yeah, Sohail, go ahead. Sohail, go ahead, and then Jay, I'll come to you. Yeah, Sohail.
you know what really is despicable in this country? You can never discuss an issue without name calling, dragging political parties, and you immediately let the issue slide. I think it's no one's case that social media should be tempered, it can be abused. But you know, a knife can be used to cut an apple and stab a human being. So you can't ban everything in this country. If social media is being used to spread hatred, the perpetrators of that usage need to be booked. As simple as that. To then say it's the BJP, it's the Congress, it's the Samajwadi Party is irrelevant. There are three major issues, Barkha, and let's stop blaming social media for the ills of communalism. It doesn't require a Facebook update to stoke a fire in this country. We have irresponsible politicians who have used religion conveniently to further their political ambitions. We, instead of uniting our country, some politicians have used divisiveness in order to further their own goals. And most importantly, in a country of 1.21 billion people, where only 141 million people have access to internet or smartphones, it is ridiculous to imagine that by preventing or tempering social media alone, you can get rid of the scourge of communalism.